Hi everyone, Dawn here. I'm working with KennyK's Dangerous Curves clear stamp set. Let's do this fast because I really dawdled. So I'm mounting up my clear stamp. It's photopolymer and stamping onto expressive cardstock. I also decided to do a little embossing, clear embossing for my backgrounds. So I'm using Distress Ink, clear embossing ink to do this red panel, and a clear embossing powder. Now I keep my jar in this box. That way I can tap all the powder into the box, and when I'm done, tip it straight back into the jar, keep the jar in the box, and any loose bits are fine. I should have had my craft mat down. I was a bit lazy. Please don't use your heat gun over your self-healing craft mat like this. You'll trash it, but it gives a shiny effect. Now, all of the colors that I'm using, I'll put them on the blog so that you can see them all, but I've used my E50, E51, E53, R02 for the skin. I had to stop and re-ink my markers halfway through, and I strongly recommend checking them before you start, unlike me. So I'll do everything the hard way so that you don't have to learn the hard way. Now these clear stamps are photopolymer, so the very first time I inked this up and stamped it, it was perfect. I've used Memento Tuxedo Black because it's safe to use. I am getting a new one that's safe to use with Copic markers, and I look forward to showing you the results I get with that really soon. So I've used the R02 on her cheeks. I also used it on her lips, and because of the shade of red in the cardstock that I'm using, I've chosen to use it for the rest of her outfit as well. So her hair is the Y20s. It just is a lovely kind of really dark blonde. I've used B90s for her eyes. For her shoes and what little clothes she is wearing and her stockings, I've used R01, R02 and R05. The one thing I did colour on this that I didn't show is just before I cut her out, I put some 100, that's just a plain black, underneath the base of her shoes, and then I've cut her out with some really fine scissors. That was when I decided to come in and give her stockings kind of a red tint. So I'll put the measurements for the cards on the blog as well. It's my usual trick. I've used some barn door distress ink and my foam tool to go round the top there, and then I decided at the last minute to stamp out the Dangerous Curves and then ink it up with the distress ink and just to make kind of a stand-up feature on the panel there, and I've stuck it on with foam tape. I've taken the Bang Pow stamp and stamped it with embossing ink all over. Now, I learned from my first piece that I just needed to stamp a few, put on the powder, and then stamp some more, put on the powder, stamp some more, put on the powder. When you're heating like this, it can curve your cardstock, especially if it's lightweight. And look, here's my girl, and ta-da, she's done. Now, the one thing that I didn't show that I have come in with right at the last minute, just because my memory card was full, I added this stamp. It's from an old Hero Arts stamp set that I've got. It's called Say Hello, thinking of you and smiling. I just thought that was a little bit cheeky. You can find this clear stamp set at KennyKdownloads.com. You can get Copics on my website, dawnlewis.com.au. Celebrate curvy girls, make a card for a friend, happy crafting, and if you want more, hey, subscribe to my channel. Thanks.